Now, if you're finding yourself constantly battling your toddler at mealtimes, feeling frustrated and exhausted by the picky eating, or just unsure about what your toddler should be eating, then don't worry, because today we're going to talk about the 8 best healthy foods for your toddler that will help them grow and thrive. But I'm not just going to tell you what foods are good for your toddler. I'm also going to share why they're beneficial, practical tips for making mealtimes easier and fun, and even some quick bonus tips that every parent needs to know. So make sure you stick around because I'll also reveal the last bonus tip that many parents miss. First, let's start with a simple truth about toddlers. They're notorious for being picky eaters. It's almost like they turn into tiny food critics overnight. But there's a reason behind this pickiness. As your toddler grows, their brains develop rapidly and they become more curious about the world around them. This curiosity extends to their taste buds too. They want to explore new flavors and textures, but they also want to assert their independence. Meal times become a battle of wills between you and your toddler. You want them to eat well, but they seem determined to test the limits. But don't worry, because understanding the psychology of toddler eating can help us turn mealtimes into a positive experience. So now let's dive into the first tip, which is all about making mealtimes an adventure, not a war zone. Toddlers are naturally curious, so why not use that curiosity to your advantage when it comes to food? Turn mealtimes into an exciting adventure. Make it fun for your toddler to try new foods. There are a lot of fun ways to do this. One way is to cut fruits and veggies into fun shapes using cookie cutters. Another way is to arrange the food into smiley faces or other designs on their plate. Or you could even let your toddler help prepare the meal, even if it's just helping to set the table or washing vegetables. This will give them a sense of ownership over the meal and make them more excited to try it. By making mealtimes enjoyable, you allow create positive associations with food and increase the likelihood that your toddler will happily explore new tastes and textures. Now, the second tip is to introduce new foods one at a time. If you've decided to introduce a new food to your toddler's diet, do it one at a time. This way, you know if they don't like something else that was introduced at the same time. For example, if you introduce a broccoli and a potato at the same time and your toddler doesn't finish both of them, you won't know whether they don't like the broccoli or the potato. But if you had introduced each of them separately, you would know exactly which one they didn't like. The third tip is to get creative with names. Toddlers are very literal thinkers, so they may refuse to eat something simply because they don't recognize the name. For example, they might not eat green beans because they think it's a vegetable, but they might be more willing to eat something called magic wands. So don't be afraid to get creative with names when introducing new foods to your toddler. You can call green beans magic wands, carrots can be called crunchy sticks, and broccoli can be called tiny trees. Using fun names for food can make it more appealing to your toddler and encourage them to try it. The fourth tip is to offer choices. Toddlers want to assert their independence, so offering choices can be a great way to encourage them to try new things. For example, you can ask your toddler which vegetable they want to eat tonight, carrot sticks or cucumber sticks. Just make sure to offer two healthy options rather than a healthy option and an unhealthy option. Once they've made their choice, let them take charge of serving themselves. This will give them a sense of control over the meal and make them more likely to enjoy it. Tip No. 5 is to add dips. Dips can be a great way to make vegetables more appealing to toddlers. Hummus, guacamole, salsa, and yogurt dips are some great options. To make veggies more interesting, cut them into fun shapes and serve them with a dip. This will give your toddler something to look forward to at mealtimes and make them more likely to try new vegetables. Tip number 6 is to be patient. It can take some time for a toddler to warm up to a new food. Don't get discouraged if your toddler doesn't like a new food the first time you introduce it. Keep offering the food in small amounts alongside their favorite foods. Eventually, their curiosity may get the better of them and they'll want to try it. Tip number 7 is to hide it. Sometimes the best way to get a toddler to try a new food is to hide it in a dish they already like. For example, you can puree vegetables like carrots and zucchini into spaghetti sauce or add finely chopped vegetables to ground meat dishes. Your toddler won't even realize they're eating something new. And finally, tip number 8 is to limit options. Offering too many options can be overwhelming for a toddler and make them more likely to refuse to eat. Stick to 3 or 4 healthy options at each meal and let your toddler choose which ones to eat. This will give them a sense of control over the meal and make them more likely to try new things. Now that we've covered the best tips for encouraging your toddler to try new foods, let's move on to the foods themselves. The first food on our list is fruits. Fruits are a great source of vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, which are important for a toddler's growth and development. Some easy and fun ways to serve fruit to your toddler include cutting fruit into small pieces or shapes or serving fruit salad. You can also blend fruit into smoothies or purees if your toddler has difficulty chewing. Remember to avoid giving your toddler grapes or other small, hard fruits whole, as they can be a choking hazard. Instead, cut them into quarters or smaller pieces. The second food on our list is vegetables. Vegetables are another important part of a healthy diet for toddlers. They're packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Some easy and fun ways to serve vegetables to your toddler include steaming or roasting them until soft, adding vegetables to sauces or soups, or serving raw vegetables with a dip like hummus. The third food on our list is whole grains. Whole grains are a great source of energy for toddlers who are constantly on the move. They also contain important vitamins and minerals, like iron and B vitamins. Some easy and fun ways to serve whole grains to your toddler include serving oatmeal or cereal with milk, brown rice with dinner, or whole wheat bread with a nut butter. The fourth food on our list is protein-rich foods. Protein is important for a toddler's growth and development as they are constantly growing and building new tissues. Some easy and fun ways to serve protein-rich foods to your toddler include scrambling eggs with small pieces of ham or chicken, serving beans and rice, or offering cheese cubes or yogurt. The fifth food on our list is dairy products. Dairy products are a great source of calcium and vitamin D, which are important for strong bones and teeth. Some easy and fun ways to serve dairy products to your toddler include serving milk with meals, offering plain yogurt with fruit, or serving cheese in fun shapes. The sixth food on our list is healthy fats. Healthy fats are important for a toddler's brain development and can help them absorb certain vitamins. Some easy and fun ways to serve healthy fats to your toddler include adding avocado to their meals, spreading nut butter on bread, or serving olive oil with dips. Now that we've covered the best foods for toddlers, let's move on to the bonus tips that every parent needs to know. First bonus tip is to always serve small portions to your toddler. Toddlers have small stomachs, so it's important not to overfeed them. Serve small portions and let your toddler ask for more if they're still hungry. The second bonus tip is to be patient. It can take time for a toddler to adjust to new foods or textures. Be patient and keep offering healthy foods to your toddler, even if they refuse them at first. And the third bonus tip is to limit processed foods, sugary drinks, and snacks. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and snacks can cause weight gain and tooth decay, and they don't provide the nutrients that toddlers need to grow and develop. By following these tips and incorporating a variety of healthy foods into their diet, you can help your toddler develop healthy eating habits that will last a lifetime. Remember, mealtimes are an important opportunity to bond with your toddler and teach them about healthy eating. So make mealtimes fun, engaging, and positive experiences for both you and your toddler. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more parenting tips and guides. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.